Hello, and welcome back to the English Cat. I am your host, Alex.
And I am Sarah. Welcome, everyone.
This podcast is designed for English learners. We speak slowly, we speak clearly, and we use common vocabulary.
Today, we have a very interesting topic. We are going to talk about a day in the life of an average American.
That is right, Sarah. Many people see American life in movies. They see big parties, they see high school dramas, or they see fast car chases. But real life is different.
Exactly. Real life is normal. It is routine. So, Alex, we are going to break this day down into 5 parts. Where do we start?
We must start at the beginning. Part 1 is the morning rush.
The morning rush. I like that phrase. What does rush mean in this context?
Good question. To rush means to hurry. It means to move fast because you do not have much time. For most Americans, the morning is a very busy time.
So, what time does the average American wake up?
Statistics say that the average American wakes up between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. But, of course, everyone is different.
Do they jump out of bed immediately?
No. Most people use an alarm on their smartphone, and many people use a feature called the snooze button.
Ah, the snooze button. Can you explain that?
Of course, when your alarm rings, you can press stop or snooze. If you press snooze, the alarm stops for 9 minutes. Then it rings again. It gives you a little more time to sleep.
I think people all over the world love the snooze button.
I think you're right. So, after finally getting out of bed, the first destination is usually the bathroom. We brush our teeth, take a shower, and get dressed.
Let's talk about the shower. Is it common to shower in the morning or the evening?
In the United States, it is very common to shower in the morning. We like to feel fresh before work. However, some people who have dirty jobs, like mechanics or construction workers, might shower at night. But for office workers, the morning shower is standard.
Okay, so Alex is awake, he is clean, he is dressed. What comes next?
Coffee. This is very important.
Coffee culture is huge in America, isn't it?
It is massive. For many Americans, the day does not truly start until they've had their first cup of coffee.
Do they make it at home or do they buy it?
Both. Many people have a coffee machine in their kitchen. A very popular machine is a drip coffee maker. You put water in the back, ground coffee beans in a filter, and it drips hot coffee into a glass pot.
That sounds convenient.
It is. But recently, pod machines have become popular. You put a small plastic cup, or pod, into the machine, press a button, and you have one fresh cup in 30 seconds.
That is very fast, perfect for the morning rush.
Exactly. But millions of Americans also buy their coffee. They go to places like Starbucks or Dunkin'.
Do they sit down in the cafe and drink it?
In the morning, rarely. Remember, we are rushing. Most people use the drive-thru.
Drive-through. That is a very American concept. Please explain it.
A drive-thru is a lane outside the restaurant. You stay in your car, you drive up to a microphone and order. I would like a large coffee with milk and sugar. Then you drive to a window, pay, get your coffee, and drive away. You never leave your car.
That sounds incredibly efficient.
It is. We love convenience. Now, let's talk about food. What do you think Americans eat for breakfast?
Well, in the movies, I always see a big table. There are eggs, bacon, pancakes, toast, orange juice, and fruit. Is that real?
That is a funny stereotype. That is called a full breakfast. We usually only eat that on weekends, like Saturday or Sunday. On a Tuesday morning before work, nobody has time for that.
So, what is a typical weekday breakfast?
It is usually something small and fast. Cereal is very common, especially for children. You pour cold milk over processed grain flakes. It takes 2 minutes to eat.
And for adults?
Adults might eat oatmeal. Oatmeal is warm and healthy. Or they might eat a bagel.
A bagel?
Yes, a bagel is a round bread with a hole in the middle. It is boiled and then baked. It's chewy. We usually cut it in half and put cream cheese on it.
That sounds delicious.
It is. Another popular option is yogurt with fruit, or maybe just a banana eaten in the car. Many Americans actually eat breakfast during their commute.
Commute. That's a good vocabulary word.
Yes, commute means the journey from your home to your workplace. We will talk more about the commute in part 2, but yes, eating in the car is very common.
I want to ask about the family dynamic in the morning. Is it chaotic?
Yes, very chaotic. If a family has children, the parents are very busy. They have to wake the kids up, they have to make sure the kids have their backpacks, they have to make sure the kids have their lunch.
Do American kids take lunch to school?
Some do. That is called packing a lunch. It's usually a sandwich, an apple, and a drink. But other kids buy school lunch at the cafeteria.
So the parents are rushing to get ready for work and rushing to get the kids ready for school.
Exactly. It's a race against the clock. The goal is to leave the house by 7:30 a.m. or 8 a.m.
And what happens if they're late?
Stress. If you leave late, you hit traffic. Traffic is when there are too many cars on the road and everyone moves slowly.
So the morning rush is stressful, caffeinated, and fast.
That is a perfect summary, Sarah. It's usually not a time for deep conversation. It's a time for efficiency.
Before we finish part 1, I have one cultural question. Do Americans watch TV in the morning?
Yes, many do. They turn on the morning news. These are shows like Good Morning America or The Today Show. They are bright and cheerful. They tell you the weather forecast.
The weather is important.
Very important. It tells you what to wear. Do I need an umbrella? Do I need a heavy coat? The morning news gives you the weather and the main headlines while you drink your coffee.
It sounds like a routine that is very focused on preparation, preparing for the day.
Yes, the American mindset in the morning is get ready, get set, go.
Okay, Alex, we have woken up, we have brushed our teeth, we have grabbed a coffee and a bagel, we are in the car. What happens next?
Next is part 2, the commute and the workday. We will talk about driving, public transport, and what happens when Americans arrive at the office.
I'm looking forward to it. Join us for the next section of A Day in the Life of an Average American.
See you in part 2. Welcome back to the Slow English Podcast. I am Alex.
And I am Sarah. We are continuing our series, A Day in the Life of an American.
In part 1, we woke up, drank coffee, and ran out the door. Now we are on the move. We are in part 2, the commute and the workday.
Alex, you used the word commute in the last episode. Can you define it clearly for our listeners?
Yes, a commute is the trip from your house to your job. For some people, it is short. For others, it is long. But for almost everyone, it is a significant part of the day.
How do most Americans get to work? Do they take trains? Do they walk?
In the United States, the car is king. About 76% of Americans drive to work alone. They sit in their own personal vehicle by themselves.
That is a very high number. Why don't they take buses or trains?
It depends on the city. If you live in New York City, Chicago, or Washington, D.C., public transport is very good. Millions of people take the subway or the metro. But America is a huge country. In most suburbs and smaller cities, public transport is not very fast. So, driving is the only practical option.
I see. So everyone gets in their car at the same time. That must cause problems.
It causes a big problem called rush hour.
Rush hour. This is a funny phrase because it usually lasts more than 1 hour.
That is true. Rush hour is the time of day when traffic is the worst. Usually it is from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and again from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
What is it like to drive in rush hour?
It is frustrating. You drive very slowly. Sometimes you stop completely. We call this gridlock or bumper-to-bumper traffic.
Bumper to bumper?
Yes, the bumper is the metal or plastic part on the front and back of a car. When cars are very close together, we say they are bumper to bumper.
That sounds stressful. What do people do to relax while driving?
They listen to audio. In the past, everyone listened to the radio. They listened to music or talk radio, where people discuss news and politics.
And today?
Today, podcasts are very popular, just like this one. Many Americans use their commute to learn something new or be entertained. Audiobooks are also popular. It helps pass the time. The average American commute is about 27 minutes one way. That is roughly 1 hour of driving every day.
Okay, so Alex has survived the traffic. He parks his car, he walks into his office. What time is it?
It is probably just before 9 a.m. You have likely heard the phrase 9 to 5.
Yes, the famous 9 to 5 job.
This refers to standard business hours. Most office jobs start at 9 and end at 5. Punctuality is important in American culture.
What is punctuality?
Punctuality means being on time. If your job starts at 9, you should be there at 9, or preferably 8:59. If you arrive at 9:15, your boss might be unhappy. We have a saying, time is money.
That is a very famous American saying. So you arrive at work. What does the office look like?
In many American offices, we have something called a cubicle.
A cubicle. What is that?
Imagine a large room. Now divide that room with low walls. These walls are maybe 1.5 meters high. Inside the walls, there is a desk, a computer, and a chair. This small box is your workspace.
Why do they use cubicles?
It gives you a little bit of privacy, but it's cheaper than building real offices with doors. However, modern tech companies like Google or Facebook use open-plan offices. This means there are no walls at all. Everyone sits at long tables together.
I think I would prefer a cubicle. I like privacy.
Many people agree with you. Now, let's talk about the morning routine at work. When you see your colleagues, what do you say?
Do you shake hands every morning?
No, we usually only shake hands when we meet someone for the first time. With coworkers, we just say hi or good morning. We engage in small talk.
Small talk. This is very difficult for English learners. Can you explain it?
Small talk is polite conversation about unimportant things. We do not start the day with deep philosophical questions. We ask simple things. How are you? Did you see the baseball game last night? Crazy weather we're having, right? How was your weekend?
How was your weekend? Seems to be the most common question on Monday mornings.
Yes, and the answer is usually short. It was good. I went hiking. How was yours? We keep it light and friendly. This often happens near the coffee machine or the water cooler.
The water cooler moment? I have heard of that.
Yes, it's a place where employees gather for a minute to chat before returning to work.
What about the relationship with the boss? Is it very formal?
In the United States, it is surprisingly informal compared to countries like Japan or Germany. In many companies, you call your boss by their first name.
Really? You don't say Mr. Smith or Ms. Jones.
In some very traditional industries like law or banking, maybe. But in most jobs, if my boss is named Robert, I call him Robert. I do not call him sir. We value equality and friendliness.
That is interesting. Now, let's fast forward to the middle of the day, lunchtime.
Ah, lunch, the midday meal. In some countries, lunch is 2 hours long. People go home, eat a big meal, and rest.
Is that true in America?
No, definitely not. The American lunch break is usually 30 minutes or 1 hour.
That is short.
It is. And many people don't even leave the building. They bring food from home in a container. We often call it Tupperware. They heat it up in the office microwave and eat it at their desk.
Eating at the desk while working?
Yes, we call it the sad desk lunch. You eat a sandwich with one hand and type on the keyboard with the other
Why do they do that?
because they're busy or because they want to leave work earlier. If you skip lunch, maybe you can leave at 4:30 instead of 5.
What if they don't bring food?
They might go to a fast casual restaurant, places like Chipotle or Panera Bread. You order at a counter, get your food on a tray, eat quickly, and go back to work.
It seems like the theme of the day is speed.
Yes, speed and efficiency. Americans work hard. We take fewer vacation days than Europeans. We often feel pressure to be productive constantly.
So the afternoon passes, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. People are in meetings, answering emails, and drinking more coffee.
Exactly. The afternoon slump hits around 3 p.m. That is when people feel tired. They might grab a snack or a soda. Then, finally, 5 p.m. arrives.
Freedom!
In theory, yes, but for many office workers, they check their emails on their phones even after they leave the office. The boundary between work and home is becoming blurry.
That is a modern problem everywhere.
True. So, the workday ends, we get back in the car, we fight the traffic again during the evening rush hour, and we head home.
But wait, Alex, not everyone works in an office. What about students? What about kids?
You are right. While the adults are working, the children are at school. Their day is very different.
So in part 3, should we talk about the American school system and what happens after work?
That is a great plan. In part 3, we will discuss yellow school buses, high school lockers, after-school sports, and grocery shopping.
Sounds great. I want to know about the yellow buses.
We will explain it all in the next episode. Thank you for listening to part 2 of A Day in the Life of an American.
See you next time.
Hello again. Welcome back to part 3 of our series, A Day in the Life of an American. I am Alex.
And I am Sarah. In the last episode, we talked about adults working in offices. But what about the children?
Exactly. While parents are at work, millions of American children are at school. Their day is just as busy.
Let's start with how they get there. In movies, I always see a big, bright yellow bus. Is that real?
Yes, it is 100% real. The yellow school bus is an American icon.
Why are they yellow?
They are painted a specific color called school bus glossy yellow. It is designed to be highly visible. You can see it in the rain, in the fog, and in the dark. Safety is the priority.
How does the bus system work?
The bus has a specific route. It stops at corners in the neighborhood. Children wait there in the morning. When the bus stops, a little stop sign swings out from the side of the bus.
A stop sign on the bus?
Yes, and this is a very strict law. If a school bus stops and extends its sign, all cars on the road in both directions must stop. You cannot pass a stopped school bus. It is illegal because children might be crossing the street.
That is a good rule. So the kids arrive at school. How is the school system organized?
We use a system called K-12.
K-12. What does that stand for?
K stands for kindergarten. This is for children who are 5 or 6 years old. 12 stands for 12th grade, which is the final year of high school. Students are usually 17 or 18 years old.
And how are the grades divided?
Usually it is divided into 3 levels. First is elementary school. This is kindergarten through 5th grade. Second is middle school. This is usually 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. This is a difficult age for many kids. They are changing from children to teenagers. Third is high school. This is 9th through 12th grade.
High school is what we see in all the Hollywood movies.
Yes, and there is one object in high school that is very famous, the locker.
Ah, the locker. The narrow metal closet in the hallway.
Correct. In American high schools, students do not stay in one classroom all day. They move. They have a schedule. First period might be math. Second period might be history. Third period might be biology.
So they have to carry all their heavy books?
That is why they have lockers. Between classes, the hallways are very crowded. A bell rings and thousands of students rush to their lockers. They enter a combination code, open the door, swap their books, and run to the next class. They only have about 4 or 5 minutes to do this.
It sounds chaotic.
It is. The hallway is the social center of the school. It's where you talk to your friends, gossip, or maybe see your crush.
Crush. That is a good word. It means someone you romantically like, right?
Exactly. Now, let's talk about the start of the school day. There is a tradition that surprises many foreigners. It is called the Pledge of Allegiance.
I have heard of this. Can you describe it?
Sure. Usually at the beginning of the day, an announcement comes over the loudspeaker. Everyone stands up. They face the American flag in the classroom. They put their right hand over their heart, and they recite a promise of loyalty to the United States.
Do they do this every single day?
In many schools, yes, it is a very old tradition.
Okay, so the school day finishes around 3 p.m. Do the kids go home immediately?
Many do not. This brings us to a huge part of American culture: extracurricular activities.
That is a long word. Extracurricular.
It refers to organized activities that happen outside the normal classroom lessons. Sports are the biggest example. American schools have their own sports teams.
Like football and basketball?
Yes, we call these varsity sports. If you play on the high school football team, you are a local celebrity. The whole town might come to watch the game on Friday night.
What if you don't like sports?
There are many other options. There's the marching band, the drama club for acting, the debate team, or the robotics club.
So American parents spend a lot of time driving their kids to these activities.
Yes, we even have a term for a mother who spends all her time driving her kids to sports: a soccer mom.
Being a parent sounds exhausting.
It is a full-time job. Now let's reconnect with the adults. It is 5:30 p.m. The parents have finished work. They have picked up the kids from practice. Are they going home?
Not yet. They have to run errands.
Right. An errand is a small task or journey to get something done. The most common errand is the grocery store.
I have been to an American supermarket. They are gigantic.
They are massive. An average American supermarket carries over 40,000 different items.
40,000. That is overwhelming.
It can be. When you walk in, you grab a shopping cart. The cart is also huge. You walk down the aisles. The aisles are wide.
What kind of things do you see?
Everything. There's an entire aisle just for cereal. There might be 100 different types of cereal. There's an aisle for soda, an aisle for bread.
And everything is big, right?
Yes, we like to bulk buying. This means buying large quantities to save money. We have special stores called wholesale clubs, like Costco or Sam's Club.
Tell me about Costco.
Costco is a warehouse. You need a membership card to enter. Inside, they sell products in giant sizes. You don't buy 2 rolls of toilet paper, you buy 30 rolls of toilet paper. You don't buy 1 jar of mayonnaise, you buy a gallon of mayonnaise.
Do people really need a gallon of mayonnaise?
Probably not, but Americans like the feeling of stocking up. We like to have full pantries.
It reflects the size of the houses, too. You need a big house to store all that food.
That is true. Another common errand is the gas station. Since everyone drives, everyone needs gasoline.
In some countries, an attendant pumps the gas for you. Is that true in the U.S.?
Only in 2 states, New Jersey and Oregon. In the rest of the country, it is self-service. You get out of your car, swipe your credit card at the pump, put the nozzle in the tank, and fill it yourself.
It is very independent.
Yes, While the gas is pumping, you might run into the convenience store to buy a snack or a lottery ticket.
So the car is full of gas, the trunk is full of groceries, the kids are tired from soccer practice, the parents are tired from work.
Finally, it is time to go home.
This is the best part of the day.
It is, but the day is not over. There is still dinner to cook, homework to do, and maybe a little bit of relaxation.
In part 4, we will talk about the American evening. We will discuss what they eat for dinner, what they watch on TV, and how they relax.
I'm getting hungry just thinking about dinner.
Me too. Let's head home. Join us for part 4 of A Day in the Life of an American.
See you there.
Welcome back to the Slow English Cat podcast. I am Alex.
And I am Sarah. We are nearing the end of our journey through a day in the life of an American.
In part 3, we picked up the kids, went to the massive supermarket, and filled the gas tank. Now we are finally back home.
It is evening. The sun is setting. It is time for dinner. Alex, what time do Americans usually eat dinner?
This surprises many visitors. Americans eat dinner quite early. The typical time is between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m.
That is very early compared to Spain or Argentina, where people might eat at 9 or 10 p.m.
Yes, because Americans wake up early for work and school, they tend to eat dinner early so they can go to sleep early.
So, what is on the menu? What is a typical American dinner?
There's a stereotype called meat and potatoes.
I have heard of that. A piece of steak, a pile of mashed potatoes, and maybe some boiled vegetables?
That was the standard dinner in the 1950s. But today, American tastes are much more international. A family is just as likely to eat tacos, spaghetti, or a stir-fry.
Do they cook every night?
Not always. We are tired, remember. So we love takeout.
Please define takeout.
Takeout is food that you buy from a restaurant, but you bring it home to eat.
Is that different from delivery?
Yes. Delivery is when the restaurant brings the food to your house. In the United States, pizza delivery is a huge industry.
Ah, the pizza box. It is in every movie.
It is iconic. Friday night is often pizza night. You call the pizza place or use an app, and 30 minutes later, a driver knocks on your door with a hot pepperoni pizza.
Speaking of apps, technology has changed dinner, right?
Yes, apps like Uber Eats or DoorDash are very popular. You can order food from almost any restaurant, and a driver will bring it to your doorstep. It is expensive, but it is convenient.
Let's say the family cooks at home. Do they eat in a formal dining room?
Increasingly, the answer is no. Most modern American homes have an open kitchen. There might be a kitchen island or a small table in the kitchen. People eat there because it is casual.
And do they eat together?
Families try to, but often, because of busy schedules, family members might eat at different times. Or they might eat in the living room.
In front of the TV?
Yes, we call this the TV dinner. You put your food on your lap or on a small table, and you watch a show while you eat. Doctors say it's a bad habit, but millions of people do it.
What happens to the food that is not eaten? Do you throw it away?
Never. We keep it. We call it leftovers.
Leftovers.
Yes. We put the extra food in a plastic container and put it in the refrigerator. Then, the next day, we take the leftovers to work for lunch. It saves money.
Okay, dinner is finished. Now comes the part nobody likes, the chores.
Chores are the small jobs you must do to keep the house clean.
The biggest after-dinner chore is the dishes.
Do Americans wash dishes by hand?
Most American homes have a machine called a dishwasher. You rinse the dirty plates in the sink, put them inside the machine, add detergent, and press a button. It washes and dries them for you.
That sounds wonderful.
It is a lifesaver. Another big chore is taking out the trash.
How does trash collection work?
Usually, a big garbage truck comes to your neighborhood once a week. Let's say it comes on Tuesday morning. That means on Monday night, you must take your big trash cans from the garage and drag them down the driveway to the curb.
And if you forget?
Then you are stuck with your smelly trash for another week. It's a very common argument between husbands and wives. Did you remember to take out the trash?
So the kitchen is clean, the trash is out, the kids are doing homework?
Yes. American students get a fair amount of homework. They might sit at the kitchen table or in their rooms. If they are young, the parents often have to help them with math problems that seem surprisingly difficult.
Once the work is done, how do Americans relax in the evening?
The most common activity is watching television. But we don't just watch one episode anymore. We binge watch.
That is a new vocabulary word for the modern era. What is binge watching?
To binge means to do something to excess. Binge watching means watching 3, 4, or 5 episodes of a show in a row. You sit down at 8 p.m. and suddenly it's midnight.
Streaming services like Netflix have made this very easy.
Exactly. Americans love TV series. We also love sports. Depending on the season, the TV might be showing a baseball game, a basketball game, or the most popular one, American football.
Is sports fandom big?
Huge. People wear the jerseys of their favorite teams. They scream at the TV. It's a way to release stress.
What about reading or hobbies?
Yes, people do read, usually before bed. Or they might scroll through social media on their phones. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. This is often called doom scrolling.
That sounds negative.
It can be. It means endlessly scrolling through bad news or other people's perfect lives. It keeps you awake when you should be sleeping.
Speaking of sleep, it is getting late. How does the day end?
The house gets quiet. Parents check the doors. Americans are often very safety conscious, so we make sure the deadbolt is locked.
A deadbolt is a strong lock?
Yes, we turn off the lights. We might set the thermostat, the machine that controls the temperature, to be a little cooler for sleeping.
And then the alarm is set for the next morning.
The cycle begins again. 6:30 a.m., beep, beep, beep.
But wait, we cannot end the series yet. We have only talked about weekdays, Monday to Friday.
You are right. Life is not just working and sleeping. There's the weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
And holidays, the 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Halloween.
These are the days that make life special. So, in our final episode, Part 5, we will talk about the weekend and the holidays.
We will talk about barbecues, football games, and Thanksgiving turkeys.
It will be a fun celebration. Join us for the conclusion of a day in the life of an American.
See you for the grand finale.
Hello and welcome back to the final episode of A Day in the Life of an American. I am your host, Alex.
And I am Sarah. We have journeyed through the morning rush, the busy workday, the school run, and the evening routine.
We have survived Monday through Friday. Now we arrive at the best part of the week, the weekend.
Saturday and Sunday, 2 days of freedom. How does the average American start their Saturday?
Hopefully by sleeping in.
Sleeping in.
That means waking up later than usual, right?
Exactly. Instead of the alarm ringing at 6:30 a.m., maybe you wake up naturally at 9 a.m. It is a wonderful feeling.
And what is for breakfast? Is it the quick cereal we talked about in part 1?
No. On weekends, Americans take their time. This is when we make the big breakfast. Pancakes with maple syrup, scrambled eggs, bacon, sausages, and toast.
Or they might go out for brunch.
Ah, yes, brunch. This is very popular in cities. It is a combination of breakfast and lunch. It usually happens between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Friends meet at a restaurant, eat heavy food, and maybe drink a mimosa.
A mimosa is champagne and orange juice?
Correct. It is a very social event. But for families in the suburbs, Saturday is often a day for chores and DIY.
DIY means do it yourself?
Yes, Americans love to fix their own houses. On Saturday morning, the hardware stores, like Home Depot or Lowe's, are packed with people. They are buying paint, wood, or tools.
They spend their free time working?
In a way, yes, we take pride in our homes. A very common Saturday activity is yard work.
This refers to the grass, right?
Yes, most suburban houses have a green lawn in the front and back. It is a status symbol. But the grass grows fast. So on Saturdays, you will hear the sound of lawn mowers everywhere. Dad is cutting the grass, Mom is planting flowers.
And what about the evenings?
Saturday night is date night or party night. People go to the movies, go to a bar, or have a barbecue with neighbors.
Let's talk about the barbecue. That seems very American.
It is the quintessential American gathering. You invite friends to your backyard, you light a fire in a grill, you cook hamburgers and hot dogs, you drink cold beer or iced tea. It is very casual and very relaxing.
Now let's move to Sunday. Is Sunday different from Saturday?
Yes, Sunday is generally quieter. For many Americans, Sunday morning is for church. The United States is a religiously diverse country, but attending a service on Sunday morning is still a common routine for millions.
And after church?
Depending on the time of year, Sunday afternoon is for one thing: football.
American football, the NFL.
Yes. If it is autumn or winter, millions of Americans sit on the couch for hours watching football games. It is a cultural ritual. They eat chicken wings and cheer for their team.
But then the evening comes.
And with it, the Sunday scaries.
The Sunday scaries? That sounds like a horror movie.
It is the feeling of anxiety that the weekend is over. You realize that tomorrow is Monday morning, you have to go back to work, you have to iron your clothes and pack your lunch.
The cycle begins again.
It does. But life is not just a weekly cycle. We also have special interruptions. We have holidays.
Let's quickly talk about the big 3 American holidays.
Okay, let's start with summer, the 4th of July.
Independence Day.
This is the birthday of the United States. It is celebrated on July 4th. It is the peak of summer. It is hot. Everyone is outside.
What do?
They go to the beach or the lake. They have massive picnics. And at night, every town has a fireworks display. You sit on a blanket in the grass, look up at the dark sky, and watch the explosions of red, white, and blue light.
Beautiful. What is the next big one?
Thanksgiving. This is in November. It is a uniquely North American holiday.
This is the holiday about food and gratitude.
Yes, it is not about gifts. It is about family. It is actually the busiest travel time of the year. Airports are crowded because everyone is flying home to see their parents.
And the food?
A roasted turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie. You eat until you are uncomfortable, and then you fall asleep on the sofa.
And finally, the winter season.
Christmas. For Christians, it is religious, but for almost everyone, it is a massive cultural and commercial event.
The shopping.
Yes. In December, Americans buy a lot of gifts. We decorate Christmas trees inside our living rooms. We put colorful electric lights on the outside of our houses.
Some of those light displays are incredible.
They are. People drive around just to look at the lights. On December 25th, families open presents, drink hot chocolate, and enjoy the winter cold.
So, Alex, we have covered the morning, the work, the commute, the school, the weekend, and the holidays.
We have painted a full picture.
If you had to summarize the American lifestyle in 3 words, what would they be?
That is a hard question. I would say busy, ambitious, optimistic.
Can you explain?
Busy because the schedule is always full. We are always rushing. Ambitious because we are always trying to improve. A better job, a bigger house, a faster car.
And optimistic?
Because despite the stress, despite the traffic, and despite the hard work, most Americans believe that tomorrow can be better than today. There is a spirit of hope.
That is a beautiful thought.
Well, that brings us to the end of our series, A Day in the Life of an American.
We hope this podcast has helped you improve your English listening skills.
And we hope it gave you a deeper understanding of American culture beyond the movies.
If you enjoyed this series, please leave us a comment or a like.
Keep practicing your English. Listen every day. Speak whenever you can.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Goodbye and have a great day.